Everybody out there, and welcome to the War Room. I'm your host, Owen Schroyer, and we are just days away from Christmas. The big news, of course, is President Trump's Christmas gift to America in the form of massive tax cuts. That story is developing. You saw the big celebration on the Hill today. President Trump gave a speech, and he handed the podium as well over to other members of Congress that were instrumental in getting these tax cuts. And while they are not perfect, and there will be many legitimate beefs, and if you live in New York or Illinois or California, you're going to realize how much your governments are screwing you over with taxes. But Christmas spirit is back in America. I think decades, we haven't really felt this type of Christmas spirit, as well as such a sentiment of God coming out of the White House. Now, this is a clip from earlier today when President Trump was announcing the big announcement that was going to be the tax cut push. That was this morning, and he asked Ben Carson to give a prayer. So I wanted to go to this prayer because I thought it was so key, because Carson is so well-spoken in what he says when delivering this prayer. And I think that there's an overall message that America needs to understand that I think is happening right now. So here's Ben Carson delivering a prayer today before Trump's announcement of the tax cuts.
With that, I'm going to ask Ben Carson, and you can stay if you want it, because you need the prayer more than I do, I think. You may be
He's
the
talking
only
about
one.
the fake media right there.
Maybe a good, solid prayer, and they'll be honest, Ben. Is that possible? So, Ben, we'll ask you to say grace. Thank you.
Our kind Father in heaven, we're so thankful for the opportunities and the freedom that you've granted us in this country. We thank you for a president and for cabinet members who are courageous, who are willing to face the winds of controversy in order to provide a better future for those who come behind us. We're thankful for the unity in Congress that has presented an opportunity for our economy to expand so that we can fight the corrosive debt that has been destroying our future. And we hope that that unity will spread even beyond party lines so that people recognize that we have a nation that is worth saving, and recognize that nations divided against themselves cannot stand. In this time of discord, distrust, and dishonesty, we ask that you would give us a spirit of gratitude, compassion, and common sense, and give us the wisdom to be able to guide this great nation. In the future, we ask in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Ben. Beautiful. Thank you.
Now, I can't remember a moment
Mike?
like that ever inside of the Obama White House, but there were three key points that I thought Carson mentioned during that prayer that were key. He talks about braving the winds of controversy. He knows, and all of these people know, that getting behind the Trump agenda means getting attacked and excoriated by the media and being demonized as one of whatever 12 acists they want to call you that day, or they got their whole list of insult. He calls for unity. This is something that directly exposes the current state of leftists and liberals in this country. They don't want unity. They hate America. They can't get behind the great Make America Great Again agenda because they don't want America to be great. They hate America. And he calls out the dishonesty. It's so key to have people calling out the fake news and the fake media and the fake Trump investigation. People need to know that the dishonest people are going down. This is the War Room. I'm your host, Owen Schroyer, and we are live right here till 6 p.m. Central on a day that will live in empathy, or in history. It's funny, empathy. When you think about what Trump is doing and the message being delivered right now with the tax cuts, with Christmas, with our culture, and these people that can't get on board really just hate America. And that is what is being exposed so much today. Wow. These tax cuts may not be perfect, and there's going to be a lot of people that don't like them. There's going to be a lot of people that point out the flaws, especially those in blue states like California and Illinois and New York, where you are just getting hammered by your state government for taxes. But this is going to bring jobs back. This could bring manufacturing back. This could bring some of those corporations back that have money overseas. That is the goal of all of this. And it's just, I mean, we played the clip, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where Sarah Huckabee Sanders just lists off all Trump's accomplishments. I mean, you can't even think of them all. Getting us out of TPP, getting us out of the Paris Climate Accord, not being PC, ending the stranglehold that PC has on our speech, not going on an apology tour for America, but instead a trip around the world to make deals to make America great again, bring the economy back to a roar. Oh, but I saw Jake Tapper and Don Lemon said he was a racist, so I don't care if the stock market keeps breaking records. I don't care if, what's the news today? Yesterday it was new home ownership hits records. Today it's U.S. home sales hit 11-year high. I mean, I don't care that Trump is trying to fight for America. I don't care that Trump is trying to save America. I don't care that Trump is making the American dollar stronger, the American economy stronger, saving American culture and traditions, making our borders strong again, trying to get us out of these bad trade deals. You know, it just all gets nullified by he's a racist. He just nullifies all of it. So if we would have gotten Hillary in, who's obviously not a racist, I mean, she just said that black people needed to be healed. I mean, and super predators, so she's obviously not a racist. But that's what I'm saying. This is their mindset. This is their mindset. So Hillary could have got in. You wouldn't have seen a 3% GDP growth in any quarter. You probably wouldn't have even seen 2. You wouldn't have seen the 22 regulations cut for every new one that gets implemented. You wouldn't have seen all these stock records. You wouldn't have seen Weinstein Gate exposing all of the sexual assault going on in Hollywood and in the government. You would have gotten none of this if it wasn't for President Trump. So for all of the sad minions out there that still fall for the he's a racist or he grabs women by their genitals, it's time to wake up, smell the coffee, and get on board the Trump train, because we're making America great again, and your impeachment trials with everything that you've waged against him, with the sexual assaults to the he's unfit for office and everything in between, it's not going to work. Now, this is a great story from Kit Daniels at INFOWARS.com. The Obama individual mandate will be eliminated. And I actually, you know what, now is the perfect time to actually say this. From now on, in fact, this will be the meme of the day. The meme of the day challenge, submit it to @WarRoomMemes. Guys, pull up the Twitter account, @WarRoomMemes. Nothing specific as far as the image. You can get creative with this one. From now on, though, I am no longer referring to President Obama as that. It is no longer President Obama. It is now President Hezbollah. So President Hussein Hezbollah is now what he will be referred to as. So Hezbollah Care has essentially been repealed by the tax cuts. So the meme of the day, President Hezbollah. So you could do, I don't know, an image of Barack Obama just letting terrorists with weapons and drugs and child trafficking just walk over a border or something. And Obama says, yep, you're good to go. You know, and you put the INFOWARS logo on there, obviously the INFOWARS bug. You know, something like that. Something like that's good. Just a quick idea that comes to my head for the President Hezbollah. President Hussein Hezbollah meme of the day. And the reason why I bring this up, even though the story has already gone through its 24-hour news cycle and been in the spin cycle for 48 hours now, this should not be forgotten. You know, because they say Obama was a scandal-free president. Yeah, what about Fast and Furious? What about Hezbollah? What about the Iran deal? What about Hezbollah Care? You know, it's funny. President Obama became president. In 8 years, he crushed our GDP growth. He crushed our economy. He crushed the housing market. he crushed the job market, and he crushed our healthcare market. He successfully did all of that in his 8 years. And in 1 year, President Donald Trump has almost erased entirely Barack Obama's legacy. In fact, the only part of Obama's legacy that Trump has not eradicated yet is the social aspects. Thank you. Did somebody just work that up right quick? Great job. Great job to the crew. Was that Nathan? That was your work right there? Excellent stuff. Look at how quickly the crew is amazing here, folks. Telling you, they make me look a lot smarter than I am. There it is, President Hezbollah. Let that young man run across the border with those drugs and those weapons. I need to get the Iran deal passed. So everything that President Hezbollah, everything that President Hussein Hezbollah did to this country, President Trump has almost erased in less than a year, except for the social aspects. What am I talking about? Well, Obama left the fomenting war between police and minorities out there, and then the white social justice warriors. Obama left the fomenting racial tensions stronger than ever after he left office. So the social aspects of the Obama years are still there. But legislatively, I mean, President Trump, for the most part, has just erased Obama's legacy. And in fact, I think Obama is so mad. He's so upset that everything he worked for 8 years, everything that he went gray-haired for 8 years has just been erased. He's so mad. That's why he does this little follow tour. If you've been following Obama, you notice Trump goes to China, Obama goes to China. Trump goes to India, Obama goes to India. Trump goes here, Obama goes there. Trump says this, Obama says that. So he's totally doing this follow-up thing. It's because Trump followed him up as president and just erased him. Just think about that. Barack Obama is literally going to be a crap stain on America's underwear that we're just going to throw out. Great job, Hezbollah. President Hezbollah is gone. President Trump has erased his legacy and made America great again. So we're going to have all kinds of news here. But what I think is about to come with these tax cuts, folks, is the Russian narrative's dead. The Trump grabs women by their genitals whenever he wants to narrative is dead. The Trump is a racist narrative is dead. They've got nothing. They have nothing left. They'll come after him and say he's unfit. They're going to keep trying to do the sexual assault stuff, but none of it is working. And I really think that at this point, America can control its own destiny more than ever before. And that's why President Trump is in. And that's why it's so key. And that's what people are going to realize here, I think, in the next coming months. So, wow, the tax cuts come down, historic tax cuts. This is a day that will live in infamy, folks. This is a day that will be historical. Our children will read about these tax cuts, not because they're perfect, not because they're what would be the best, but because they're so much better. And what we're going to see after this is going to expose just how much America has been burdened by all the regulations, by all the tax cuts, and now that people don't have to pay for Hezbollah care, they're going to find out what a free market insurance does. Wow, amazing. Hey, if you want happy holidays, Merry Christmas from everyone here at InfoWars to you. I hope everybody's enjoying Christmas as much as we are here at InfoWars. President Trump delivers on yet another promise, sweeping tax cuts and reform, as well as basically a repeal of Obamacare. Today, President Trump delivered a speech on the Hill on these tax cuts with Congress. Here was President Trump today.
I have to tell you, hasn't been done in 34 years, but actually really hasn't been done because we broke every record. It's the largest, I always say the most massive, but it's the largest tax cut in the history of our country, and reform, but tax cut. Really something special. And I noticed this just came out 2 minutes ago. They handed it to me. AT&T plans to increase U.S. capital spending $1 billion and provide $1,000 special bonus to more than 200,000 U.S. employees, and that's because of what we did. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
This is so important because it's not fake.
I have a whole list of
this is real. Trump wants the economy booming, folks.
In terms of this administration and this Congress, but you've heard it before. Records all over the place, and that will continue, and then some because of what we did. But $3.2 trillion, just think of it, in tax cuts for American families, including doubling the standard deduction and doubling the child tax credit. The typical family of four earning $75,000 will see an income tax cut of more than $2,000. They're going to have $2,000, and that's, in my opinion, going to be less than the average. You're going to have a lot more than that. One thing very important for the farmers, the great farmers and the great small business owners that were forced to sell their businesses at bargain basement numbers, we have provided, for the most part, estate taxes wiped out so they can keep their farms in the family, and that to me is a very big factor, very big. This is going to mean companies are going to be coming back. You know, I campaigned on the fact that we're not going to lose our companies anymore. They're going to stay in our country, and they're going to stay in our country. And you've been seeing what's been happening even at this prospect.
Wait, they're not going to Russia?
They have tremendous enthusiasm right now in this country, and we have companies pouring back into our country.
They're
and
not
that
going
means
to Russia?
jobs,
Oh, my God.
and it means really the formation of new, young, beautiful, strong companies. So that's going to be very, very important. The pass-throughs you know all about, and the small businesses are going to be big beneficiaries. We are going to bring at least $4 trillion back into this country, money that was frozen overseas and in parts and worlds, and some of them don't even like us, and they had the money. Well, they're not going to have the money long. And so it's really, I guess it's very simple when you think you haven't heard this expression, but we are making America great again. You haven't heard that, have you? I want to have them get up and get the glamour and the glory.
This is genuine excitement.
This
is genuine camaraderie amongst patriots that are doing something for this country finally.
We can get all of you. We'll get everybody up, right? But I want to thank Mitch McConnell. I want to thank, what a job. What a job. And I want to thank Paul. They're going to speak. They're going to say a few words. But Paul Ryan
you got to give them credit, folks.
Team. We just
they signed the bill that essentially repealed Obamacare without actually having to do it.
It was a lot of fun.
President Trump is, I mean, he's running laps around these people.
If you work hard and lose, that's not acceptable. But
President Trump could complete the race before Obama started. Excuse me, Hezbollah.
That I saw so much over the last month and really over the last almost year. Because when you think of it, we haven't even been a year. And we did the largest tax cut in our history. I hate to say this, but we essentially repealed Obamacare because we got rid of the individual mandate, which was terrible. And that was a primary source of funding of Obamacare.
It's so huge.
And Anwar, so a friend of mine, oh, congratulations. And Dan, where's Dan? What?
Don, right behind
no, and Don, too. Where's Dan?
Thank you.
Where's Dan?
Sullivan.
Where's Sullivan?
He's not here.
Oh, okay.
Lisa Murkowski's over.
I'll tell you, between Dan and Don and Lisa,
these are guys that actually were working to get good deals, not to screw America. They're proud of themselves.
He said, you didn't get Anwar. And I said, tell me about Anwar. He said, we've been trying to get that passed. The whole country, the world, they tried in Ronald Reagan. They tried with the Bushes. They tried with everybody. They never got Anwar, but we got Anwar in this bill. So we have Anwar, we have mandate, and we have the tax cut, and we have the reform.
Oh, just
I mean,
like
when you add up the size of this...
Just like every other president said they would say Jerusalem is the capital, and then no one did until Trump. Oh.
So John Cornyn, the great chairman, Orrin Hatch. Great job, Orrin. Wow. Orrin is a special person. Tim Scott, who has been so incredible. He's going to say a few words. Where's Tim? Where's Tim?
Yeah, this isn't like Obamacare where they tell you that They have to pass the bill to see what's in it. This isn't like Obamacare where Jonathan Gruberheimer Schmidt comes out and says, oh, we got Obamacare passed because Americans are so ignorant. No, this is, we're trying to make America great again. We're trying to get the economy going, bring energy, free energy here. I mean, this is crazy. How could you not like this? Unless you live in California, New York, or Illinois.
I want to thank, I said hello to John Cornyn, Pat Toomey. He has been, we rode together in Pennsylvania, but Pat, where's Pat? Pat, great job. He knows his business. Susan Collins, we want to thank. Susan's around someplace. Susan. Thank you, Susan. All friends. I mean, I look at these people. It's like we're warriors together. Kristi Noem on the House. We have Kristi Noem and Diane Black. Our great speaker, Paul Ryan, and he is a great speaker.
Trump is actually uniting these people. I mean, this is amazing
Kevin
stuff.
McCarthy. Kevin. What a job, Kevin. We had fun.
Think about the Schumer. Oh, my
Steve
gosh. This is
Scalise
it.
is braver than all.
Oh, my gosh.
He's braver. Where is he?
You know where Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are right now?
I don't know. Crying
alone in the corner, just like they have been since grade school. Bunch of losers.
It's a hell of a way to lose weight, Steve. You said you lost. It's not a good way. We love you, Steve. Great job. Great job. Kevin Brady. Kevin Brady. So maybe what I'll do is, and by the way, I mentioned AT&T, but many companies have come forward and saying they're so happy and they're going to be doing similar announcements. We're going to see something.
I think AT&T announced $1 billion today.
The entrepreneur back into
Let's
this
look that up
country.
real quick. I think, yeah.
Rid of all the knots
AT&T announced $1 billion investment in America today.
You're going to see what happens, and ultimately, what
and there was a little bit of dip in the stock market this morning, going back up before close.
It's going to be really a very special period of time. We're in a very special period of time, and it's going to be even more.
This is incredible, folks. All right, we got to go to break here real quick, though. The Small Business Administrator's statement regarding historic passage of the Tax Cuts and Job Act. This comes from Linda McMahon. As the first major update to the tax code since 1986, passage of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is a monumental achievement that can serve as an inspiration for every American who has ever dreamed of opening a small business. And she talks about how she traveled around the country, and this is all documented on her Twitter account. She's really been doing amazing work. Folks, they talk to people, they know what people need, they know what people want, and they're delivering. I honestly can't believe it. I had to check with the crew, but apparently the specials at INFOWARS.com are still going. I mean, half the store is 50% off. I can't even believe this. Okay, so Alex is still running these Christmas specials right now at InfoWarsStore.com. I mean, it's honestly ridiculous here. Listen to all these products that are 50% off. And these are top-selling products, top-rated products. Super Male Vitality, Brain Force Plus, Alpha Power, one of our newest products. Cell Force, another one of our newest products. Survival Shield X2, a game-changing product. Vitamin Mineral Fusion, the Real Red Pill, another new product. Super Blue Fluoride-Free Toothpaste and Mouthwash. Secret 12 Vitamin B12, all InfoWars Life Select storable food products. Everything I just mentioned is 50% off. That is ridiculous right now at InfoWarsStore.com. Some of the other specials include Silver Bullet, 67% off right now. You know, there's a little bug or something going around here in Austin, Texas, or people's allergies are kicking up. I've had more people asking me to get them Silver Bullet this week than ever. Friends just here in Austin and people here in the crew, everybody looking for Silver Bullet because it really works. I mean, as soon as you feel something, you know that right before you get sick, there's usually a little warning sign here or there. And as soon as you get those warning signs, you just down some of the Silver Bullet here, and it just takes care of it immediately. You wouldn't believe it, but Monday, I woke up and I had a sore throat going. I thought my voice was going to be going. Chugged about a quarter bottle or a little more even. I don't know if that's the suggested amount. That's just what I took. And knocked it right out. Knocked it right out. Had no problems the rest of the week. Unbelievable. You've also got 33% off DNA Force, a top-of-the-line product. 25% off Myco ZX, which is now back in stock. Pro Pure water filters, 25% off. That's big. Those are big products. 25% off the Pro Pure water filters. And then it's free shipping store-wide. So on top of all the discounts I just mentioned, free shipping store-wide. So if you order the water filter, the Alexa Pure Pro water filtration system that's on screen right now, look at that. Guys, can you zoom in on the savings there? What is the savings on that right now with the 25% off? You got a $50 savings right now on the Pro Pure water filter, and then plus the free shipping. I'm not sure what the price is to ship those, but when you ship these heavier items, it's usually more expensive. But free shipping right now, store-wide at InfoWarsStore.com. So support us, celebrate Christmas, tell your friends and family. 360win at InfoWarsStore.com. Take advantage of all these amazing specials. All right, so Tyler Nixon is going to join me in the second hour, and there's a couple of things I want to talk about with Tyler. We'll talk about the story came out today, Facebook giving more data to the U.S. government than ever before. And then you may have seen this story, Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, you want to talk about a complete idiot. Rosie O'Donnell, I don't know if there's a precedent here. I really don't. In fact, I'd be shocked if there was. Maybe this will spur some sort of precedent for this situation. Rosie O'Donnell, if this was real, again, I don't know the precedent for social media and Twitter, but if this was a genuine offer, Rosie O'Donnell committed a felony, bribing Susan Collins and Jeff Flake on Twitter to vote no on the tax bill. Offered each of them $2 million. So we're going to talk about the legality of that from Rosie O'Donnell, who is standing by it, even though it's already passed and it's been called out as a potential felony. She still stands by that. Let's just take a quick look at some of the other news here. Kim Jong-un is testing a new warhead loaded with anthrax for his intercontinental ballistic missiles. That is according to South Korea. South Korean intelligence says North Korea is conducting experiments with anthrax warheads on their intercontinental ballistic missiles. So Kim Jong-un seems to be getting more insane. You know what? I actually want to delve into this. Here's another story, too. I'll hit these two stories, and then I think I may have time. Actually, I'm going to do this in the next segment. So let's just hit the rest of this news, and then I'm going to get more into this tax bill and what they're telling you about it, which is true or what's not true. Hollywood producer Gary Goddard accused of sexual misconduct by 8 former child stars. This could be just beginning, this story. But it's funny. And I actually have to say, I don't know. It's just nuts, because you tend to forget in just the mass of all of these accusations coming forward. It's almost like the propaganda works just because they bring it out in mass, that it's just like, oh yeah, of course he's guilty. Of course he did it. But then part of you is like, well, yeah, but again, it's just an accusation. So I don't know, but this story is just beginning. But why isn't this a bigger story? Why is it that Al Franken gets all the press or Weinstein gets all the press, but nothing much on Gary Goddard? I didn't see anything on television about this. And this is potential children victims we're talking about here. Again, allegations that are nearly 40 years old, but regardless, you have to wonder why these accusations don't get as much publicity as accusations against Franken or Weinstein, when here we're dealing with children victims. It's like yesterday I had a story that came out of a couple small local news outlets. I forget the name of them now. I think one of them was in Houston, and then the other one was WXIA, I think, where they basically broke down how child sex trafficking is a billion-dollar industry in this country, and it just, just running rampant.
Hey, Owen.
Are you live right now? Yeah, what's up?
Yes, I am. I was mentioning that before, the Gary Goddard article, and the one thing I wanted to fill people in, and I wanted to kind of throw it out there so people kind of had a better idea of what I caught. But
and they can maybe look into that for themselves too.
Yeah, so we can kind of get the ball rolling here. But Gary Goddard owned a company that built amusement park rides, and he did it in conjunction with Michael Jackson and received the funding by none other than the Saudi prince that was just recently detained in Saudi Arabia, Al Walid. So it all smells and stinks of something rotten there. So I figured I could throw that out so people can actually investigate that.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you look at these connections that are out there. And, of course, people dive deep into that research. And, again, you know, maybe there's nothing illegal happening with you know, deals with amusement parks and stuff. It's just the connection. It's the association that makes you skeptical. Especially, you know, you're looking at like Kevin Spacey, Bill Clinton, Charlie Rose. They all seem to be in a little club together. So, but that gets no publicity on mainstream news somehow. Mistrial declared in case against Nevada rancher Cliven Bundy. Now, this is good for them. So basically, you know, they're I guess you could say currently off the hook, but the story is not over because if another court were to pick up these charges, let me find the exact number. I think there were still, 15 felony charges that they could still be facing should another prosecutor pick up the case. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but that is still the case. So perhaps off the hook for the moment, the Bundys in this case, but another prosecutor could pick it up. So we'll be able to, we'll make sure to keep you tuned in on that. Before we go to break here, the new Star Wars movies is a total failure. It made half as much money this Monday as the last one did. That, to me, says that Star Wars fans thought it sucked, and so they didn't go see it again. So, Trump delivers on his promise to cut taxes, repeal Obamacare, stock market trends up, and now this, Wells Fargo, Fifth Third Bank unveil minimum wage hikes after the GOP tax bill passage. Just keep that music rolling in the background. Isn't that nice? No, turn it up. I could honestly read news to this all day. Look at this. Thank you, President Trump, for delivering on your promise to cut our taxes. And now in response, American companies are hiring more people, raising their wages, and small businesses will be popping up across this land thanks to President Trump following through on his promises to cut our taxes and reform our trade deals overseas. Thank you so much, President Trump. And thanks to those big businesses that will take advantage of this and start hiring more people and bringing manufacturing back to the United States. So the New York Times, though, in this terrible time where the stock market is booming and the economy is soaring and new home ownership is up and all of that and unemployment is down, the New York Times wants you to feel bad for the IRS. No, I'm not kidding. The New York Times ran a story saying, have you ever felt bad for the IRS? If not, now's the time. And to which everyone said, no, I've never felt bad for the IRS. But except the New York Times just, you know, they gotta find some new angle to make Trump look bad. Oh, the poor IRS is being attacked by Trump. Oh my gosh. What are we gonna do? But that's just the failing New York Times that Carlos Slim just got rid of half of his stake in. Now, this is a story, though, a big story from the Washington Post today that I really wanted to delve into and respond to here because these are the talking points that anti-Trumpers are going to move forward with when they try to say how bad this bill is. At least some of them, so I want to arm our audience with the proper response. All right, so the first bullet point here they have is, it's the biggest tax overhaul in 30 years, but it's not the biggest cut. That actually could be true, but that depends how you measure it, to be honest with you. If you measured it in just straight dollars, I think it would be. If you measure it in percentages, probably not, especially for individual rates. Probably not. But as far as dollars are concerned, could be, especially when you take into consideration the individual mandate that has now been repealed from Hezbollah care. Second bullet point, the bill will add about $1 trillion to the nation's debt over the next decade after taking its economic impact into account. So this is just literally made up, is the basic breakdown of this. There's no way that they can actually know that number. So basically, the way that they get to this number is to say, okay, the federal government or whatever government is going to be receiving $1 trillion less in taxes. Okay, maybe based on your formula, but what you're not taking into account, which what we saw when JFK did tax cuts, more people are going to be paying taxes. So you're going to have more people paying taxes. You're going to have corporations that aren't currently paying taxes here, moving here and paying taxes. So whenever someone tries to use that as an argument against this tax plan, that can be put to rest really quickly by simply reminding people that more people will be filing their taxes now. That's what we saw after JFK's tax reform. And that you cannot accurately measure this yet until you see how many companies come to America or move back to America or start manufacturing in America that end up paying taxes where they weren't before. So that's just a big nothing bullet point there. Nice try, Washington Post. Third bullet point, most of the long-term benefits go to corporations. Perhaps there's a fair point in there, actually. You could say that. They are getting the biggest cuts, no doubt. But we just got the news. Wells Fargo, Fifth Third Bank are upping their hourly wages to $15 an hour. What do you know? They didn't need a law to do it. You didn't have to legislate that to raise the minimum wage. All you had to do was cut taxes. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? So, but even though the corporations are getting the biggest tax cut from 35 to 21, they've been the ones hit the hardest. But the key is that the benefits, at least the idea is that the benefits will go to new jobs. The benefits go to we, the people. The benefits go to the republic in that there will be new jobs in manufacturing. There will be new jobs with Amazon starting up places and all these big corporations, whether you like them or not. That's the plan. So while you could say that the direct benefit is to big corporations and make a fair point, I do believe that the payoff is, at least the goal, is that there's going to be massive numbers of new jobs coming in with new big corporations having businesses here. The fourth bullet point here, most Americans will get an immediate tax cut, but the wealthy get much more. Now this, I love this talking point. This is the best talking point ever. In fact, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, we played the video, kind of broke down the reality about this. So whenever they tell you that the wealthy are getting the biggest tax cut, well, first of all, you need to understand, based on the numbers, the wealthiest are actually getting the smallest tax cut. If you actually look at the percentages, the highest tax bracket is actually getting the smallest tax cut. But what they're saying here is that they're going to be paying, as far as money is concerned, they get the biggest tax cut as far as actual dollars are concerned. But do you know why that is? Because they pay the most taxes. It's like, I don't understand how people just don't even accept basic fact when trying to have a debate. It's like, yeah, but the rich are going to be getting the biggest tax cut here. And it's like, yeah, well, do you realize that the rich are paying like 90% of the taxes to begin with? So of course they're going to get the biggest cut. They're paying the most money. So just whenever they try to use that talking point against you, remind you who pays the most of taxes in this country. Of course, there are people that get away with not paying much tax at all. Look at the Facebooks, but that's another topic for another day. Another bullet point, in the long run, most Americans will see no tax cut or a tax hike. It's amazing how they just know what's going to happen in the long run. That's just pontification and just making assumptions that they just are just making. Blue states benefit less than red states in the legislation. I love that the Washington Post admits that. Oh my gosh, do you know how much joy I got out of reading that bullet point today? Yeah, I'll just leave that right there. Absolutely. Yeah, Democrats tax the hell out of you. Yes. Yep. Okay, thank you, Washington Post, for pointing that out. Number 7, it would benefit some industries more than others. What? Oh, some industries might have a different takeaway from this than, oh my God, wow, groundbreaking. Oh, I mean, duh. Really, some industries are going to be hit different. You mean some industries make more money than other industries? I can't believe it. Number 8. It's like they're reaching out to my heart. It takes away a key part of the Affordable Care Act. Oh my gosh. We're all crying. We're all so upset. And I love how they've been trying to say that liberal media is saying that this tax deal is going to be Trump's Obamacare. So basically, they're now admitting Obamacare is a failure, admitting Obamacare was an utter failure that collapsed. And so they're trying to pin the tax bill like Obamacare as a failure already. But then they're still crying over Obamacare getting repealed. Excuse me, Hezbollah care. So yes, Washington Post, it gutted the Affordable Care Act, Hezbollah care. That's what we wanted. It's politically unpopular, but Republicans thought they need to pass it. Wrong again. Actually, the majority of people want this tax cut. So again, they are just giving you misinformation, just like Hillary will win the election and everything else in between that you've heard. And then number 10, the tax plan sets up years of future decisions for Congress. Oh, yeah, because Congress didn't have to make any future decisions anyway. But I'm telling you, what the decisions that are going to be talked about now is people are going to be looking at these blue states like California, New York, and Illinois, and they're going to be scratching their heads why they are paying so much. Because it's obscene how much tax you pay in California and New York and Illinois. It is obscene. So, yeah, they're going to have that debate because, you realize that